Hey you guys, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for a Rebel on BET review. Okay, you guys, this episode was kind of deep. Okay, we starting to go into the crevices of the black community, especially dealing with the church and the homosexuality of the church and the community. Okay, like it's a whole bunch of isms going on in this bitch today. Okay, and the episode starts off with Rebel at a poetry session. Okay, and Nikki Sky comes up to her, another woke sister, and says, look, I need you to investigate what happened with my nephew, okay? He goes into a convenience store with a gun and gets killed, and I just need to know why, what happened. And Rebel is like, of course I'll help you, girl. So we're going to push that to the side for a second because I'm going to go back to that. But Tamala Jones, a.k.a. Jackie, okay, a.k.a. the nice, nasty, good nurse, okay? Like, look, I was not ready for Tamala Jones to come on here with her thick self, okay? Y'all remember when she was on, what you call them, booty call? With the braids? Shit, that was the shit. Anyway, y'all, so Tamala Jones is Jackie, okay? Back in the day, Jackie and Renee, y'all know that's daddy, used to go together. As of recent, they haven't really been seeing each other. She's been in Dallas, I believe. He pick her up on a bike. It's about to be a little, Mr. Nasty time. It's Mr. Nasty time. That's what, we think about to go down, right? And, he breaks out the liquor, and it's her favorite liquor, and they used to get fucked up together back in the day, but apparently Jackie is no longer drinking, okay? She has been sober for 18 months, and she just wants to have a good time, so she doesn't really say anything the night that they get into it. But when they wake up the next morning, and she, cooking breakfast and shit, and she fixed him some orange juice in a champagne glass, and he like, bitch, I'm missing the champagne and the mimosa. What's going on? She's like, I just want to tell you that I am not drinking. And you go ahead and do what you want to do, but I'm not drinking anymore, and I've been sober for 18 months, and I'm not trying to put any pressure on you, but I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. And he says, well, you know what? Since, you my woman and I want to support you, I'm going to slow down with that too. I'm not going to have no drink either. And it's like, yeah, you talking all that shit now. But as soon as something get a little bit strenuous, you're going to be dipping into the yak. They are all booed up, okay? Look like they about to fuck before they eat the breakfast, okay? Hold on, hold up. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Rebel appears in the doorway. Like, you couldn't knock, and she like, I did, but obviously y'all didn't hear me amongst all of y'all humping, okay, y'all boning and grinding with that old ass music in the background. They sound like they was playing, like one of them hole in the wall songs. I've been partying all night long. It is daylight. That shit tickles me every time I hear a song like that. She don't like her. Rebel does not like Jackie. Apparently, Jackie was not a good influence on her father. And even Jackie admits that back in the day when she used to drink, she used to do some foul shit and blame it on the alcohol. Okay, but she is not that person anymore. And she wants to be a better Jackie. Okay. Hey, Becca, baby. Hey, you want some breakfast? Okay, look, she said, oh, I like it. Hello, bitch, get off me. Like, oh, hold up, get off me. Don't touch me. Okay? And it was like, oh, okay. So she go and get the breakfast, and Rebel is talking to her daddy about getting ready for the disposition for their lawsuit against the police department, right? And she's worried because her father often drinks and he gets upset, and Jackie comes in with the breakfast and says, I don't mind helping him. I'll help him practice and get ready for it. Yeah, I know you will, bitch. What you doing around here, okay? Like, where was you when my brother died? Where was you when that happened? And she was like, I had a job in Dallas. She was really trying to be nice about it because obviously she knows she was a piece of shit back in the day. Maybe there's some, some forgiving that needs to happen between Jackie and Rebel. But Rebel can't stand her. And Rebel ain't really trying to hear none of the shit she's talking about. All the important people were at my brother's funeral. I guess that's why you weren't there. I don't fuck with you, bitch. So Jackie tries to help daddy with the questions, okay? And he just keeps getting more and more aggravated about the shit because they're asking him stupid questions like, has your son ever done drugs? And it's like, motherfucker, has your son ever done drugs? Like, I know he has, okay? These white kids get fucked up just like these black kids get fucked up. All these kids get fucked up. It's not a racial thing. Do you think that your son deserved to die just because he smoked weed a couple of times? Like, what you trying to say? You know what I mean? Like, he just was getting irate about the shit and speaking speaking bad English, and she was just trying to make him understand that you are speaking to a specific audience, so maybe it would, you know, behoove you to put on your best white man voice and get this money, okay? Like, or at least get some type of justice for your son. So they go to do the deposition, and it goes well. Okay, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. The deposition, okay? I'm saying deposition. Deposition, bitch. Get it together, okay, y'all? I'm so sorry. And the city offers the family $5 million. Okay, 5 million of them things. Okay, and we're happy about this. So happy that it requires a drink, okay? And when he sits down to pull out a celebratory drink, she's like, now what do you need that for? You do not need a drink to celebrate. You know what? I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna let you go ahead and handle that on your own, okay? I ain't pressuring you about it, but I'm gonna just go ahead and go to work and let me get my sober life on. Don't try to obstruct me in my soberness, you know? I don't know why she left him, because apparently he can't be left to his own devices with some alcohol, because daddy decides to get into an accident on his motorcycle. Motherfucker could have died, okay? Ran his motorcycle into 3 parked cars and fled the damn scene, okay? Rebel comes to him at the hospital, and Jackie is there with the police, and she's like, get them cuffs off my daddy. I don't want him chained up like some type of animal. And Jackie's like, can you step outside, please? She's like, look, hold up, okay? Your daddy was brought in here for drunk driving, okay? And she starts to get into whatever is going on with, you know, him being tested and what was in his blood. And Rebel is like, nah, fuck all that, okay? This is all your fault, okay? You want to come back in my daddy's life and have him drinking all hard and shit? This is your fault. She's like, excuse me, Rebecca. I have not drank in 18 months, okay? Your daddy decided to go and celebrate on his own while I was at work, okay? Rebel couldn't take getting checked right there, okay? She couldn't take getting checked right there. Jackie had to tell her about the settlement, about the $5 million. And, yo, this is when shit gets sad. Of course, Chief Hurt gotta come in there with his old aggravating ass, acting like he about to do something good. You ain't never about to do nothing good for nobody, motherfucker, but yourself. Okay, old aggravating ass. I can't stand Chief Hurt. Works on my motherfucking nerves whenever I see that little awkward ass mustache. You need some more fucking hair on your face, motherfucker. Just a mustache right here, looking like a white Carl Winslow. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Anyway, he comes in there and basically tells her that I'll let your daddy walk out of here, even though it's a felony what he did. I'll let him walk out of here with community service if you withdraw the lawsuit. So, of course, she withdraws the damn lawsuit. I don't know why she did that, y'all. I mean, I know why. She wanted to protect her dad. And when she finally takes it to him and tells him that she had to take the lawsuit off the table in order for him to not be put in jail from out of the hospital, he completely flips the fuck out, okay? He flips out and says that he did not tell her to do that, okay? That is not what he wanted. He would have went to jail for Malik, to get justice for Malik. It ain't about no damn money, okay? It's about justice for his son, okay? And she needs to get her ass the hell up out his house. That's how he felt about it. And Jackie is like, that is your daughter you are talking to, okay? She is the only family that you have left. You need to get your mind right, okay? Calm all of this shit down. Okay, just calm all this crazy shit down. Jackie was coming out there like a real auntie for you, okay? Getting it together like a real auntie for you. And this is when shit gets real emotional, because he's like, I need my son's death to mean something. You know, and it's just more of Rebel feeling like this was her fault. And she is breaking the fuck down. And he like, I can't even look at you. I'm like, you can't look at her, my nigga? Are you serious? Like, that was so cold, man. That was so cold. Cold-blooded. Jackie consoles them like, come on, baby. Oh, Lord. And Rebel just cried so hard on the lady's shoulder. And I'm just like, damn. Daddy got his fucked up ways about him. But moving back to the case. It's this young guy named Marshall Kent who ran into a convenience store with a gun, drops the gun, gets shot by the convenience store owner, and Rebel is investigating what the hell went on. Okay, Mac brings her the files, and now that Gina and her are back cool again, thank you. Okay, because I love bitches that got daps. Okay, so she's back, they're back, we're back, and Mac is now becoming a part of the we, and where the fuck is TJ? See, we just gonna skip right over this like he ain't never come home or something like that. As far as I can see, he ain't never come home. I'm real confused about that, right? But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let just go ahead and let that go, okay? All right? And we're going to focus on this case. Matt comes over with the files, okay? He got paperwork and a surveillance video, and they watch the surveillance video of what happened to the guy. Why did he drop the gun? He walked in there with the gun and then he dropped it, and you know, they're trying to figure out why he did that, and it dawns on them this must have been some type of form of suicide. And so they delve deeper into his life. They go to his house, they talk to his parents, and we come to find out that his daddy is obviously, you know, a very stern old school man. You know, the little, looks like maybe middle school son, okay, comes upstairs and looks in his brother's room, and he's crying and emotional, and his, you know, daddy's like, what I told you about crying like a little girl. And it's like, God damn, he a baby, let him cry, his brother's dead. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I hate when people do that to their kids. I don't give a fuck if you're a man or a woman. You have tear glands, okay? Like your body physically does this whenever it is in pain, laughing too hard, happy. Your body does this, and people allow you, allow society to make them feel like that is a representation of whether somebody is a man or not, is if their fucking tear glands, if their tear ducts start to work, that must mean you're not a man. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't want to be with a nigga that don't cry. No, I don't want to be with a nigga that ain't never cried before, that don't cry when people die. I don't want to be around you. Something ain't right about you, okay? I need men that can cry when people die, okay? I feel like that's suitable time for men to cry. There are other times too, you know, like when Mufasa dies during the Lion King, but that's still somebody dying, okay? So I just don't understand that mind frame, and this obviously makes us feel like daddy is a little on the extra side. Gina gets on a computer, finds emails and gay porn, lots and lots of gay porn, and some emails back and forth to a guy named Jackson. So we go and find Jackson, okay? Jackson is outside chilling with a cigarette, homeboy in a car over there hacking to death, about to die. And all of a sudden, when the guy's about to tilt over and pass the fuck out, we discover he's ODing, okay? Take him to the hospital. We questioning Jackson. What the hell drugs was he on? Man, I don't know. I don't know what drugs he was on. I don't know, okay? But he's all like, you know, thoughtful and shit because it was scary. So they asked him, what the hell happened with Marshall? And he was like, man, Marshall was my boy. Marshall was my friend. He was the first guy I ever kissed. But as soon as he started to try to take me down to that crazy-ass church he goes to and try to pray the gay away, I just knew that we wasn't about to be friends no more, baby. They followed that to the church. Okay, to the church. And that is where we find a young man singing. And, you know, Rebel gets all in her emotions and shit because we missing Malik and all of that. And it's, his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches. I Y'all don't get me started, okay? I wasn't even ready for that, but I had to do it because then, you know, it had came in my mind. Y'all remember when Lauryn Hill singing with your girl on Sister Act 2? Rebel questions the pastor of the church, and then Gina talks to the kid who was up there singing that got Rebel all in her emotions, and me seeing, you know, Lauryn Hill, his eyes on a sparrow. And we discover two things. One, motherfuckers is gay. Choir directors is gay. Like, okay, the choir director, we don't know that yet. Okay, we don't know that yet, but that's part of the damn storyline, okay? Apparently Marshall, they knew Marshall was gay, but they, you know, well, the kid says he knows that Marshall was gay and that Marshall had basically come to terms with the fact that he was gay. He tried to go through the pastors who Rebel is talking to program, which is supposed to pray the gay away. Okay, and Rebel is like, you know, scientifically there is no way to pray the gay away. And he's like, well, you know, scientifically they say that the Jesus did not wake on the third day, but we all know how that went down. And I'm just like, oh, points. Motherfucker want a point for Easter. Okay, get the fuck out of here with that one. Look, that's all well and good. We're not about to argue about that, okay? I've already stated my stance. Y'all know how I feel about that. Fuck out of here. Let me tell nobody what to do with their life. People sleep what they want to sleep, okay? Like, the people who they want to be with. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. My minute, okay? That's how I feel about that, okay? Now, this down low shit, because that's pretty much what's going on in this church, all right? The kid is like, man, he was okay with who he was. The only person that he really had a problem with telling was his father, okay? And they asked why he stopped going to the program. And the reason why he stopped going to the program is because they tied his hands together, poured ice on him, and made him watch gay porn. I would have been creeped out as well. Thank you, but no thank you. So he stopped going, okay? And, you know, it was just really bothering him about his father. While Gina is talking to the kid, his dad, who just so happens to be the motherfucking choir director, okay, Deacon, okay, the deacon walks over and it's like, look, young lady, I don't know why you questioning my son, but we got to get the press service ready for Brother Marshall's funeral. Don't play with me, okay? I see you with the baby hair. Don't do me, all right? Like, I was just like, okay, there's a little isms in this. We can see this shit a little bit, okay? I could definitely look at him and be like, Apparently, the rest of the fucking church knew too, okay? But we just gonna act like we didn't know because he also supposedly had went through the whole program. Like, the fuck out of here with that shit. He checks Gina for a license to be questioning people around here because she said she was a PI. And, you know, she's like, oh, I must have forgot it in the car. And this is like one of the moments where Gina has to realize that, come on now, girl. Okay, you can't just be going around calling yourself a PI. You actually have to go through the process and do the shit right, okay, in order to call yourself that, which was a part of her apology to Rebel at the beginning of the episode, and Rebel apologized to her for taking her for granted and being disrespectful, and she's like, girl, I know I should know that there's more involved, but you make it look so easy. And I'm like, yeah, she do make it look easy. So Rebel gets a call from her doctor, okay, and the doctor just so happens to hear a conversation happen with a kid who OD'd down in emergency, and that just so happens to be the kid who Rebel found with Jackson. He OD'd off the same drugs that were found in Rebel's system. So apparently, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Okay, the drug that she was drugged with, people are using, you know, just all willy-nilly and shit, just using it like it's a regular drug or something like that. And it's, you know, like a real prescription type drug that you are not supposed to just be using like that. So dude OD'd and died on that shit. And apparently something is going on with these drugs. Rebel finds the pharmaceutical rep. Okay, I don't know how she found the bitch. But Gina found something on the computer somewhere or something like that. But we find the pharmaceutical rep who sells this specific type of drug. And she questions her about it. And of course, the pharmaceutical rep lady gonna try to act like she don't know what she's talking about. But when she starts to, you know, threaten you being a mommy to your son out here watching him play soccer, bitch, I, you know, wouldn't like to see you in handcuffs, would he? Okay, like, come on now, bitch, help me out here. I'm a PI. What's going on? Okay. She was selling the drugs, but one night some people tried to throw her into a gray van and they stole her drugs, and she had to report it to the police department because if not, she would have been held responsible for the drugs and probably would have lost her job. So Rebel asked her, what police officers did she report this to? So she got the name of one of them, just so happens to be Von Bryant. Von Bryant, aka Porn Stash of Rebel. Okay, like, this motherfucker works on my nerves. He is very, very, you know, like, what is y'all into? What is y'all into? It seems to be that they're into drugs. It's really starting to unveil itself as some type of drug operation with the police department being involved in it, okay? Because Von Bryant wasn't by himself. You know who else was on that police report eventually? James McIntyre. You know who James McIntyre is? That's Jimmy, a.k.a. Mac's brother, BKA the man. Okay? Okay, like, we do not like him. All right, y'all remember, we do not like him. And Rebel asked Mac to look into the files and look into as much of her, you know, his brother's shit as he possibly can without letting him know what's going on because he hates her, and get her the info so she could find out if somehow he is smuggling the drugs or if he has confiscated these drugs or anything dealing with these damn drugs. We also want to see if Jimmy had any dealings with Texas, because now that makes another police officer that somehow has some dealings with Texas. We remember Von Bryant and his partner April supposedly arrested Texas, and there was some type of, you know, police brutality, and he was about to sue, but it went away, or he made a complaint and the complaint went away. And now, you know, we find y'all all linked up to one another. What the fuck is really going on? So Mac brings some stuff from Marshall's phone, including some dick pics and some text messages that seem to be blackmail. Okay, someone was blackmailing Marshall, which is what drove him to kill himself. We trace the phone and we trace it back to the church. Okay, we talking to the secretary about the phone. The secretary just so happens to be the deacon's wife. Okay, and the deacon's wife seems to think that her husband is not gay because they have a son and the pastor put him through his program. He went through the pastor's program, so he can't be gay, right? Get the fuck out of here. What is this? What is this? This is 2017, people. And we know that there are still people in the church that feel like this, which is so depressing on so many levels. I mean, not just the judging somebody for who they choose to be with, but the nonsensicalness of it. Like, do you really think you're about to pray somebody away from being sexually attracted to one sex or another? That shit don't work like that. I don't know if y'all know. But it's never been proven to work. I haven't seen it really work one time. And if somebody say it worked, they're fucking lying to you, okay? But anyway, following all of the evidence of the phone, okay, the secretary say, look, she know what was going on with her husband, okay? She know about the affair. And when she found out about the affair, she gave the phone to the pastor, okay? And the pastor said he was going to handle it. So they go talk to the pastor. And the pastor like, look, okay, I may be many things, but I am a child of God. And if you think that I would blackmail someone, you're underestimating the Lord's power. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody underestimating God. Motherfuckers underestimating you because you're human. Fuck out of here with that shit. You could definitely have been the one that did it, but he wasn't the one who did it, okay? He usually has the phone because this was the church phone, okay? It's the 911 emergency phone. So the secretary had it. That day that the text was sent out, the pastor had it, but it wasn't the pastor. He said he left the phone on his desk like he do every time he got the phone. Because he ain't taking that fucking phone home. Okay, that's what he said. He ain't taking it home. Okay? And we just so happen to hear commotion going on after the pastor tells them to excuse themselves. And he walks out and we hear commotion. And we pop up and we go outside. And it's the deacon's son holding a gun to the deacon's head. And we like, well, what the hell is going on here? I feel like we hop, skipped, and jumped over some facts. Because I don't know how we got, how we got to knowing that it was the deacon's son who was blackmailing him, but I must have missed that. I don't know. But I feel like they just basically told us that after the fact, after we found him holding a gun to his daddy's head. And he wasn't even mad about the fact that his daddy was gay. He said, man, I wish you would just come out and be done with that. My problem is that you took my best friend away from me because you couldn't control your urges, okay? He was pissed off with his daddy because not only did he lose his dad, but his daddy was all, obsessed with Marshall. And that fucked up his friendship. So the son was really going through it. He pushed his daddy away and he puts the gun up to him. But once again, Rebel with the trick shot, okay, shoots him and he misfires and shoots himself right up in here in his shoulder area. And when they take all of this back to the parents, well, to the father and to Nikki Sky, the aunts, the daddy just starts to break down and says, my son killed himself because he thought I wouldn't be okay with him being gay. I would have loved him anyway. And it was just like, wow. Shows that suicide never pays, y'all. It never pays. It's always like if you would have waited a little bit longer or held on a little longer. And y'all are somebody that suffers with that same mindset sometimes. I've been through a lot. So I have wrestled with that in depression most of my adult life. Okay, after Katrina and then my daddy died and then all of that settling in that now I am affected and I didn't realize I was affected. I'm just going on with life, trying to keep, holding on. And you come to a point where you realize that you have kind of been beat the fuck up emotionally and you just kept going like it didn't happen. And now, there are remnants of it, but you got to hold on. You can't just give up because you give up and you don't know what you are giving up on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody stays in one place forever, especially not if they're not trying to stay in that one place forever. So you got to keep going and keep pushing because you never know what your life would actually turn out to be if you would just hold the hell on, okay? Holding on is very hard to do when love's gone. And that's no lie. So I'm holding on. The shit. Anyway, y'all. But that shit was just so damn sad. It was just so sad. After Rebel had to like fight with her dad about, you know, him being mad because she withdrew the lawsuit and all of that, she talks to Mac. And Mac tells her that, you know, she needs to start forgiving. You know, forgiving him would be cool and all of that, but just to let go of the anger that she's holding on to. And she's like, I know. But she's in so much pain and she's so angry about what happened to her brother and about what's going on. Y'all, if y'all knew, you know, a lot of things I can't talk about. The Alton Sterling thing came down yesterday, and it's the big story to date. And, you know, the DOJ basically said they're not going to file charges about, you know, them killing that man. And I can't speak on the situation, but I just want to say that it put me in a negative space. It put me in a negative headspace, and then I've been going through a lot personally, and my husband has left me for the first time since we've been married and has been gone since Monday, and it does not help the situation at all because it just makes me so much sadder because I'm by myself. I mean, I got my dogs, and I'll be all right because I'm a person that's okay being alone. But when you already feeling bad and, you know, your favorite person in the world is not here, it just, you know, made it tough. So I was just kind of already so down. And then I watched this episode and how much it related to what I'm going through today. And coming on here to tell y'all about it, and it just made me feel better. Now I feel a little better now. So I hope you got something out the review because I did. Okay? Please, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Come back. Put on your notifications. Share the video. Share. That was Rebel, you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good, touch my swag,